The 2017 NoDQ.com Year-End Awards.
And now we're down to the last two categories. Most Overutilized Superstar of the Year. The 6 nominees: Roman Reigns, Enzo Amore, Shane McMahon, Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, and my all favorite one here, Jinder Mahal. Good old Jinder Mahal. So, Jeff, we'll start with you on this one. Most Overutilized. Your opinion on this one?
I'm going to go against the no DQ corporate vote because I don't think he was overutilized in that the way they used him while he was champion was effective in getting the people over, except for Nakamura, they wanted over. I think the most overutilized guy, honestly, has been Shane McMahon.
That's a good point.
For Shane McMahon to be in major storylines in 2017. Period. I know. I know. Shane has that ability to get people over like he always has. But as the authority figure, he's not supposed to be in matches. He's not supposed to be the special referee. That's what happened with Triple H 2013. He made a special referee in the match with Bryan and Cena at SummerSlam, and that birthed the authority right there. Bad. No. I think Shane McMahon needs to be the commissioner and step back. I think he was way overused this year.
I disagree. Okay. And I'm going to disagree with your example, too, of Triple H, because look at the storyline that led to a WrestleMania 30, which turned out to be one of the best WrestleManias in recent memory. Triple H losing to Daniel Bryan, and then Daniel Bryan overcoming Batista and Randy Orton. But
I realized that it ended up being good at Mania, but think how long the Authority was in power. Think how much we were pining for them to go away. So,
yeah, I'm not gonna say Shane was overutilized. Looking at the choices, I hate to do this. I hate to be this guy, and Virtue's just gotta not talk to me after this. I have to pick Roman Reigns. Just because.
Oh, Enzo, okay.
No, I wasn't gonna pick Enzo because Enzo is actually made people. Enzo's become a good heel. He should actually be up there for heel of the year because people want to see him get his ass kicked. True. But I have to go with Reigns just because he's been used in positions that he doesn't need to be in. He's the Intercontinental Champion now, and I'm they could have given it to somebody else. What's Reigns going to do with it? Exactly what he did with the United States Championship, which is a big pile of nothing.
Yep.
So I got to go with Reigns. It pains me to say that because I didn't want to be that guy, but
it's very hard being that guy because for me. We were doing this a few years ago there, and it's like everybody was so hating on John Cena, and I was the one, rallying the cry of, the C Nation. But when it came to the end of the year, it's like they used him a lot, and it's not good. So it's one of those things.
All right, well, Jeff, as far as Shane McMahon goes, I think he was utilized fairly well, except for Survivor Series. I think that's when it really got overkill, using him and making the whole storyline about him. I think that was when it was really becoming too much. If it just had ended with Hell in a Cell for the year, I think that would have been fine. But then bringing him back and putting him in Survivor Series, not a big fan of that.
Well, but think about it. How many times was he directly or even slightly indirectly, but still pretty much involved in a major storyline of a SmackDown match at a pay-per-view?
Yeah, exactly. Brock Lesnar, I think, has been utilized a good amount. He's the part-timer. If anything, they should be using him more, but they haven't. Yeah. Randy Orton, you could argue Randy Orton because they've been putting him in storylines that just haven't been connecting with the audience, and it feels like the whole thing with Bray Wyatt took him down a few pegs. Enzo Amore, I think they've been doing a good job with him. Reigns, I think, he's their guy, so, maybe they need to scale it back with him, but it is what it is. I got to go, it's predictable. I got to go with Jinder Mahal just because he was a guy that all of a sudden they pushed to the main event after all those months of him being enhancement talent, and he just wasn't working as champion. You know, all those matches he would win with outside interference. He had no credibility as champion, and he just wasn't delivering. You know, when he's in the main event, you have high expectations, and he wasn't delivering. The matches just were not up to par when Jinder Mahal was in there, with all due respect to him. And it's the character, it's the wrestling, it's just everything. Jinder Mahal just wasn't connecting, and you know, it was WWE's experiment, and I don't think it worked the way they wanted it to work. So I got to go with Jinder Mahal.
Since this is the last category that he's going to be mentioned this year, I have to say he's the easiest target we ever had on these year-end award shows. Because think about it. We mentioned Fastlane earlier in one of the earlier categories. He lost decisively to Cesaro at that show, and that was still this year.
Yeah.
Within a few, he was the world champion. It's like, what?
I remember he was in the kickoff, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, the Dre. You know, he was in that match too, and he was
the runner-up.
He was punked out by freaking Gronk. Okay, seriously.
Yeah, at the time I'm like, why is Jinder Mahal in the end of this match? And then they just did that angle.
Yeah.
And then Mojo Rawley won it and then went nowhere.
Much like the rest of the winners of the Dre.
Yeah, pretty much. So that is it for our Jinder Mahal categories, thankfully.
Yeah, one more to go.
One more to go.